Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Constance the Reader, and today we're going to be doing the mid-year book freakout tag. The year is almost over, okay? What the crap? That's crazy to me. I don't like the time is going by so quickly, so I figured let's do a little lighthearted situation and do a little book tag video. Really short, quick tag. Most people are familiar with the book freakout tag. I'm pretty sure I did this last year. I may have done this every year that I've been on booktube, which is very exciting. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Question 1, best book you've read so far in 2023. There's been a lot of stuff that I read in 2023 that I absolutely love. The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi was great. I just recently listened to that as an audiobook. I would highly recommend listening to it. It's so fantastic. I listened to the Blood Trials duology. Amazing. I really liked the Halfling Saga. I thought it was a duology, so that kind of was disappointing, but only because like I don't want to have to wait, and that is by Melissa Blair. So I read A Broken Blade and A Shadow Crown. So freaking good. I recently listened to All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Crosby. That was amazing. I loved Skip and Loafer. I loved Goodbye My Rose Garden. I've read a lot of stuff so far this year that I've really enjoyed. Dawn to Dawn has been really good. Oh man, there's been a lot. I'm getting right back into reading One Piece again. So even though I haven't gotten back into reading it, like I can say One Piece is really good. Bleach has been fantastic. There's a bunch of other stuff I need to read, but so far, like, that's just a small amount of, like, the things that have just been fantastic for me in 2023 that I've read so far, and everything I would highly recommend that you read. Question 2, best sequel you've read so far in 2023. I'm gonna give that to A Shadow Crown by Melissa Blair. So that's the second book in the Halfling Saga. I just recently finished that as an audiobook. Really good. I thought it was fantastic in my opinion. I just really loved that first book. It was really fast paced and it kept me just wanting to listen. And although like some people did like their reviews were that it was slow, the second book, I didn't think that it was slow. Like, yeah, there was a bit of a build-up, but I liked it. There's a bit of a twist. Oh, I like that. I didn't technically see that coming, but I don't think you're really supposed to. This is a mystery thriller. And, you know, I'm going to shake it up a bit. Okay, I actually liked A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I know that a lot of people don't like that book. I think they've also said that it's just so slow, but I don't know what it was. Like, I just really enjoyed that second book. I thought it was really good. I am going to read the third book eventually. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue on with that series because I've seen a lot of people say that after book 3, and that series in particular, Blood and Ash, it kind of slows down, but I own the first 3, so I'm going to read the first 3 at the very least. I'm going to try to read what I own, you know what I mean? And I mean, God, there's so much manga I've read that, I mean, like the second volume was really good. So I'm just going to limit it to those 2 though, because you know, I can go off on a tangent about stuff that I like. Question 3, new release you haven't read yet but want to. There is the newest book by Vivian Chen. I don't remember what the name is. I'm gonna put an image up on the screen because I got approved for that on NetGalley, so I don't physically own it. Usually I'm a lot better about remembering the names of the Noodle Shop Mystery Series books, but I really can't wait to read that one. I just got approved for a ton of stuff on NetGalley, which blew my mind. Okay, I am actually committed to sitting down and reading the stuff on my Kindle that I downloaded from NetGalley because I want to get better at that. I want to keep my score good. But there's a lot. I'll put some images up on the screen because I don't remember everything. Like, I did like a mass request like one night, and the next morning I got approved for most of it. Shocking. Did not expect that. Is there something else I can't wait for? I mean, I would name manga, but like I pick it up as it gets released. I will say, okay, I'll say this. I cannot wait for volume 34 of Fire Force. That's the end. That's the final freaking volume of the series. I've said it many times. I feel like Fire Force is dragging in terms of like, I really want to know what's going to happen because like from what I understand, it leads us straight into Soul Eater, which I'm probably going to end up rereading Fire Force from the beginning so I can go in and reading Soul Eater. I'm also looking forward to the final volume of Noragami. That's also a series I'm probably going to reread from the beginning because I just feel like the end of Noragami is going to be so sad. Don't spoil it for me if you've read it online, please, because that is one that I actually don't want to know, but I'm really sure that I'm going to be super sad for that. Question 4, most anticipated release for the second half of the year. So I'm looking forward to the newest volume of Hunter x Hunter that is supposed to come out in October. Anything can happen. It might not get, I don't even want to put it out there. I'm just going to cross my fingers that the second half of the year I get that volume. I'm also looking for the second book in the Ivory Key duology. I think that book is called The Crimson Fortress. From what I was tracking, it was supposed to come out like this summer. Apparently it's not coming out to the end of the year. I'm going to cross my fingers that nothing else gets delayed. I've been checking NetGalley feverishly to see if I can get it early, but I can't wait for that one. And as far as that's concerned, there's some other volumes of manga that I'm looking forward to that come out towards the end of the year, but I'm not really hip to like the regular books that come out. I usually get very surprised when something releases that's a regular book, so I'm not in the know of those things, but those, yeah, I cannot wait to get my hands on those. Question 5, biggest surprise. I'm gonna give it to Blue Lock. I went into reading Blue Lock having no idea what it was about other than soccer. I didn't realize like the kind of deeper situation that was going on, like what Blue Lock really is. And I really enjoyed it. As far as some other manga, I don't know. I really like Dawn to Dawn. I've loved Kaiju number 8. So that's been a surprise where that's like taken a turn in a good way. And then as far as regular books, A Broken Blade was actually a really big surprise. I remember on TikTok seeing that promoted, but the way the promotion was going, it was very mysterious. So I didn't pick it up right away. I decided to pick it up because as I mentioned before, I requested the second book for some reason before I'd read the first one on NetGalley. And I was like, okay, I can't not read the first one. So the first one was really good. I've kind of like been on and off of adult fantasy for a while. Sometimes I just feel like it puts me in a reading slump sometimes with just how like long and dense it can be, but I feel like it was so fast paced that like I couldn't put it down. So that was probably the biggest surprise for me. I really like that and Blue Lock. Question 6, favorite new author, debut or new to you? So Annie Davenport. I read both books for the Blood Trials duology this year. They were fantastic. I would highly recommend that series for sure, especially the first book. I like both, but I think the first one is my favorite. New author, who else? So Melissa Blair, she's a new author to me. I really like the Halfling Saga so far. I mean, I want to read the rest of this series. I don't care how long it takes for me to get it. Akshaya Raman, I think is the name of the author for the Ivory Key. That was so good. And then as far as manga is concerned, what was new to me this year? I mean, I think I started Skip and Loafer this year. I'm loving it. Pretty much all the GL that I've started to read this year alone has been really fantastic. So all of those mangakas are new to me, and I'm really enjoying most, because I haven't read every single GL manga that I own. Everything that I've read so far, I've really liked it. Question 7, newest fictional crush. So I am kind of boring. I never really answer this question because like I don't have a crush on fictional characters, but I would say the one that I would definitely want to be friends with is Amina from The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi. I want to be her friend. She's badass. She's cool. I loved that book. I highly recommend it. So maybe I'll phrase it like this. A character that I have a crush on in terms of I want to be their friend. I want to be friends with every single person in Skip and Loafer. I want to go back to high school and like have that be my experience. Oh God, it's just such a good series. I want to be friends with Sakamoto. I want to work in the convenience store. I just want to be the friend that doesn't die. I don't want to be in, I know I'm going to be in the line of fire if you're friends with Sakamoto, but I want to be the one that survives like Shin. Just saying. Question 8, book that made you cry. The Last Flight by Julie Clark. That book, the ending of that book was so good to me. I haven't read a lot of reviews on it. That was a book that I chose for the book club with my sister and my mom, and I just was on the edge of my seat reading that one. I thought I knew what was going to happen and I was totally wrong. And then I was so excited for the ending that I skim read the epilogue just to go, wait a minute, now I do not think I read that right. You just have to go back to the beginning and just be completely devastated emotionally. I called my sister, I FaceTimed her, I'm crying, damn near sobbing on the phone with my sister because I just did not see that coming. And I just think it was so good, okay? To me, that's a good little domestic thriller mystery. I liked it. I didn't see that coming, and I recommend it. But yes, I cried. I cried very hard with that one. Question 9, book that made you happy. Every single book that I've mentioned. I feel like I've been very, very fortunate these last few years, especially that I've been on booktube. I feel like I've been very fortunate because I've been picking stuff that I've genuinely liked. There's not a single manga that I've read so far that I didn't like. Okay, well, actually, technically, A School Frozen in Time was not my favorite, but it is what it is. But yes, I have liked every single thing that I've read so far. Everything has made me happy. So I can't even name one for you. I mean, I can't name one. Like, I really like Black Torch. I really like Dawn to Dawn. I really like Catching Number 8. Like, obviously, there's stuff I can name, but there's a ton of stuff that I would say all fit in that. I'm very happy with everything I've read so far this year. I don't think there's been like one dud, but I didn't choose to read that. That was for like my book club with my sister and my mom. So other than that, I'm enjoying myself. Question 10, most beautiful book you've bought so far this year or received. So my first thought was the Rose of Versailles manga. Those are beautiful covers. I love them. They are gorgeous. If you go back and you look at one of my videos where I've talked about hauling them, I show them to you, I put them onto the camera, they're gorgeous. That answer still is valid, but these, I think, I don't even know if I may have talked about these. I'm gonna pull them out, I'm gonna show you some other beautiful books that I've received for myself. I treated myself to these. I decided that I was gonna finally read the series, and somewhere on TikTok, someone showed their covers, and I was like, this is the only time in my life that I will buy books that are from the movie. So a book will actually so this book was turned into a movie, and I love the movie, and that is Lord of the Rings. I absolutely think that these covers are fucking gorgeous. Okay, Fellowship of the Ring is like my favorite Lord of the Rings movie. It used to be The Two Towers, I'm not gonna lie. I love all three of them, but I finally stopped being a snob and watched the extended version. I don't know why, I just didn't want to do that for the longest time. And Fellowship of the Ring became my favorite again. Okay, obviously when I first saw the first one, I'm like, but these are the most beautiful books I have. I think all my books are pretty. And definitely Rose of Versailles is gorgeous. Okay, it's the gold. It's glowing. They're white, golden red. That's like so pretty. But these, okay, what you know about this? These are gorgeous. I will never regret buying these. Okay, plus they were only like $5. This is $2.75. Okay, these were used. All $2.75. That makes it even more beautiful. That's a deal right there. And last, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? Okay, so obviously I'm filming in a different little area today because it is super gloomy in Virginia. I don't know how much of behind me you can see, but if you can see any manga behind me, all of that. Okay, there's stuff over here. There's stuff over here. There's actually even more over there now. That's how bad it's gotten. And then I have more manga over here, if you can see that I just bought that I have to do a haul video on. Don't even get me started about what's on my Kindle. Okay, all the stuff I just got approved for on NetGalley. I can't even begin to give you an answer to that. And I'm just gonna say all of it, okay? Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, but I wouldn't be me if that wasn't the answer. But yes, that is the mid-year book freakout tag. Please feel free to do this tag. I'm gonna put all the information about it down below. Let me know how you would answer. Let me know if any of the books I mentioned sound like you would like to read them. if you've read them and what you think about them. I'd love to know what you rate them, and give me some suggestions too. Is there anything that you think I should read? It could be manga, it could be adult fantasy, adult sci-fi, it could be horror, which would also be nice. I need to get back into my little horror mood. But yes, thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please like the video. If you like it, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You know the drill. Follow me on other social media. It's in the description box. Wow. Okay. I'm trying to get better. I'll post it on Instagram, but you know I post it on Twitter. So follow me there if you so wish. And thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Goodbye.